Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back with some more Rome 2 for you today, and this is a glorious 3v3 Rome 2 siege battle as we have Numidia here, selling out with some Numidian riders. We've got 3 units here going after this Carthaginian giant ballista here as they go flying on in, taking out this ballista and crippling Carthage of any sort of artillery support. So there you go, that is the first bit of action in this siege battle. This is a, like I mentioned, a 3v3 siege battle, one that I actually was taking part in. Don't often play a lot of Rome 2 at the moment, and but yeah, this is a rare occasion I joined some subs and getting involved in some battles. So we have Epirus here, we have Numidia as I've already mentioned, and we have myself as Galatia here. And we are facing Carthage, we're facing Arverni and Egypt. So some pretty strong factions here. Galatia is a personal favourite of mine. Do like the Galatian Legionnaires. I think they're a really, really good unit. Very cost effective. So yeah, a really fun unit to use. Epirus basically brought an entire army of Cav. So we have like a really, like, balance power is like not in our favour. But I can tell you for sure that this is a really good and close siege battle. So definitely stick around to see how this one goes down. As you can see here, we now got some Galatian tribe, no, not Galatian, some Gaiatuli tribesmen getting involved here with some Samnite warriors. I don't think these guys are going to win. The Samnite warriors are pretty damn elite, but they're just putting these units down so it allows like the Numidian riders to get some nice rear charges, and they'll do a lot of damage to these Gallic warriors and to these Samnite warriors. A lot of units being thrown in here just to deal with like a couple of tribesmen. They don't really need to send all these guys in. And yeah, I don't know what they're going after now, but they need to keep moving because these guys are getting javied constantly by all sorts. Yeah, nasty javy volley coming in there, doing a lot of damage to these poor Numidians. We've now got Epirus coming flying in with this cav. I mean, yeah, I think this Numidian's gone, but the other two are still very much alive. Looks like they're going to go for the Arverni general, but there is a whole host of Celts in this forest, ready and waiting, and the Numidian riders here have actually been ambushed. Now a lot of Asper's companion cav getting ready to go for some stuff as well. Also looks like we've got like a bunch of cavalry here, the Thessalian cavalry, just waiting to go after these Gallic warriors here, just waiting for the right moment. But I think we did take out their artillery, so that was a big win there. We obviously saved, like, I don't know, like a breach or like our troops being bombarded. Who really knows? And we have all our troops like in the center at the start, but we do move them eventually. We'd like kind of plan to just kind of like defend up here because we had like, well, no ally in Epirus. Epirus is providing very little in the way of infantry, but we do shortly later move on our troops. Got some cavalry charging in here, some good charges here from what is this actually? Is this Hellenic Royal Cavalry? Okay. Epirus obviously a Hellenic faction. Got a lot of strong cav. So the Asper's companion cavalry comes flying in. What are they taking out there? Chosen swords. They're really good units to take out as well. And already look at this. These Celtic warriors breaking at 95 men. So yeah, these guys are like coming down the tower. They're just getting cut down by the cav waiting for them. But yeah, the cav's doing a really good job right now. Like, lost like no men in these charges. Now they could just charge this general. He's like all isolated on his own. I personally don't see why not charge him. Making it a bit easy for Epirus to take him out. I'm actually now firing my artillery at this general because I was like, well, the general's getting nice and close. It's not really general sniping. Just taking pot shots at him right now, killing about 5 or so men there. Weakening him up a little bit for the cavalry when they fly in. But now they're going after Egypt, I think, who's landing a lot of Quranian axemen in his first wave. And he's actually sending out some light cavalry of his own. He's now got a little bit of cavalry that he's going to try and slow down Epirus, maybe allow his towers to get to the towers. But you can see this Chosen Sword also now being slowed down. Down to 130, not too bad. Quranian axemen now about to be charged. Brace, men! And in they go, flying on in. This Crown Axeman probably won't do so well. Yeah, already like losing a lot of men. The cav now arriving, and what we've got coming up here, we've got some thorough spears. They might be very useful actually to try and like they can form square. They're pretty good at anti-cav, obviously being a spear unit, and they have jabbies, slowing down that Crown Axeman there, stopping that one from getting to the walls, stopping the last one as well. And there you go. kind of a mission complete there. Actually, this one did manage to get to the walls, but apart from this one, all the rest have like been stopped. And at this point, I was focusing down this artillery onto the tower here because the general for Arvoni is 73 men, and all of his men, I'm pretty sure, are like stuck in this tower now, or in the tower. So good chance that if I destroy this tower, his general will go down with it. Somehow I still managed to miss some shots though, at point blank range. But look at all this cavalry come in. Look at this. This is just horrifying. Like, Epirus has still got a really healthy cav, and like he is getting a lot of kills. I mean, he's Karate Axeman, yeah, getting ripped to shreds. Thoros Spear is definitely a little bit to worry about though. You can see here now the Oathsworn getting off the tower. They realize what's about to happen. It's at 96% damage. I really should have just fired another shot, but I was like, well, I've missed my chance. He's getting the guys off. If I literally fired here we go, fire, and we kill like a bunch of them. Actually, I don't know how. I think quite a lot of them are getting off. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Like, you just got crushed by that tower. You should be dead. Like, that's the only bit of Attila physics that kind of makes sense. Like, Attila, obviously, like, when a tower destroys, like, some men should die, but not, like, an entire unit. Like, some men would die because, like, of falling debris and stuff, but... Like, yeah, you don't really have that in Rome. As we have the cav here, like, you can see the forming square. It's going to be a very nice anti-cav sort of position, like, formation they can form. They're not losing that many men. Also, it's a spear unit. So, like, as the cav, like, retreats, they get speared. But yeah, they've killed a lot of like Karanian Axemen in this like first wave that Egypt sent up. We're now seeing like the first wave of like Carthage starting to arrive. I mean, it's just gonna be these Gallic warriors. Like the rest of his army is like staying back here. It's very much like still worried about this cav. I mean, it's just standing in front of the gate right now. And we're now starting to mobilize our infantry. We're starting to mobilize infantry. Desert legionaries, Galatian legionaries, all bringing knockoff Romans, it would seem. Looking glorious though. But if you're enjoying seeing Rome 2 on the channel, I should say, and would like to see some more, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and leave a comment to show your support. Don't forget to hit that notification bell as well if you want to, so you don't miss out on the next Rome 2 action. This general though here is pretty banged up. He's got to be careful. Epirus doesn't want to lose his general too early. He's still very early in the siege. He goes flying on in, knocking over most of the unit again. He's winning decisively though. He lost about 4 men in the 4 cavalry in that charge. And here we go. The first landing going on. I mean, it's just some chosen swords starting to land against the Galatian legionaries. Galatian legionaries should win this. They are very heavy swords, and chosen swords are only heavy, so they get outmatched. They do indeed get outmatched. You can see here they're now getting flanked by desert legionaries, and that is probably going to be good night Vienna for that chosen sword. Over here again, Celtic warriors, light swords. They're not going to beat the very heavy melee of the legionaries. So I mean, these guys are just going to get destroyed. They're also pretty weak from all the carry charges that they've had to endure before they've got to the city. And now we can see Egypt's army starting to appear out of this wood here. Going to be a lot of thorax, I can imagine. Yeah, lots of thorax swords here. The staple like unit that's brought by most Hellenic forces, if they're available to them. I'm pretty sure like Epirus as a Hellenic force does not have thorax swords, so they're not able to do that. But as you can see now, it looks like, I mean, Arvoni doesn't seem like he's got much of an army. I think most of his army is still in this forest here. Most of them are keeping most of their armies hidden, hiding from cavalry. But yeah, I think like Arvoni's taking quite a beating, to be fair, at this point. There's also a lot of chosen swords as another charge comes flying in there. That was, yeah, that broke that unit basically. So that was very nice. Looks like over here Egypt is now engaged with Numidia. Desert Legionary should win this fight against the Karanian Axemen, to be honest. They're breaking the unit over here, the Karanian Axemen, sorry. And it looks like, I mean, they could just like prepare. I mean, Egypt's not got many towers on the wall. Obviously, you can just wheel these ones up. But you could just wait at the walls and just kind of like put like a V for victory and kind of just prepare and wait. Would be nice to get rid of these archers. That'll be another win if the cavalry's like still alive. There is still some cav alive for Epirus. If you can go and get some kills on the archers, that'll be a big win for the defenders. Charge coming in there, flying on in, taking out the Celtic or the Gallic warriors again. Getting a pretty good charge off there. These are medium. So, oh no, yeah, these are Gallic, not Celtic warriors. Getting my units confused there, but yeah, another good charge. Getting some really good charges inside the city as well as outside. Yeah, I'm down to 84. Jeez, these units are getting just destroyed right now. These units, obviously, Thessalian cav, not as heavy as like some of the other cav we've seen already. These guys take a little bit more of a pounding, and they're already lost their general. Yeah, Epirus did lose his general outside the city at some point. So yeah, so Epirus now without a general doesn't really matter. He's got mainly cav and like archers. I think he's got like 1 unit of pikes and that's it. So it doesn't really matter. But hopefully his cav does not just break all of a sudden, because it's very, very useful. And it's doing a lot of annoying actions out here. Like most of the attackers are keeping their archers and stuff very well protected. Got Nubian bows here now firing. Look at these guys. They'll probably get a lot of nice kills at the moment. Got nothing to like worry about. There's literally just like, apart from like archer towers, there is nothing to worry about. They're just like shooting these legionaries. Yeah, you see Numidia's giving ground. All he needs to do really is defend like this choke point here. Maybe. And like Egypt is like can't then shoot him in the flank or anything like that. He just doesn't want to allow him to get shot in the flank. What have we got here? Oh, I thought it was more Cranian Axemen. Oh no, one of them is. We've got Royal Peltasts. And a general is a Cranian Axeman. Fair enough. Lots of archers over here as well now setting up. Gallic hunters and stuff like that. All setting up. We now have an engagement over here as well between Carthage and Galatia. Fighting over this gate. Gallic warriors facing a fellow Gallic nation in Galatia. Oh, nice rear charge there by Epirus. Just getting involved. Needs to get involved in every single combat that's going on at the moment, it would seem. Yeah, these Gallic warriors breaking. Very nice. That's another unit knocked off the wall. Has been routed. Oh, the cav here is getting absolutely focused down though by the Javis. I think this unit might be dead now. How many more cav units has he got? He's got this one, the Sicilian cav. He's got his Aspis companion cav out here, and oh, he's got a bunch more. He's got so many more. What's this? Another 3? Yeah, another 3 Sicilian cav. And they're about to get some nice charges onto like the pikes and archers. Yeah. Oh yeah, they can run down this Cretan. Oh, maybe I don't know. Maybe he should have gone for that. Obviously, yeah, it's the risk of the Libyan. I guess you could go round now. Obviously, like, take out the Cretan archers would be a big win. Maybe getting the general would be even bigger. These Gallic hunters over here are pretty well unprotected. Probably take them out. And right now, they're just getting shots in the flank of these Desert Legionaries. Numidia needs to be paying attention to this. Like, he is losing a lot of men for unnecessary reasons. These poor boys. They did nothing to deserve this. How is... well, Egypt's just landing his next wave now. Now got the Thorax Swords on the land, and he's now actually moving up all the rest of his towers that he was interrupted in landing. Yeah, if they can get like this big bunch of archers here, big win there for the defenders. But I don't know. It doesn't seem like they're sending cav out the gate. Fair enough. Gonna go into these archers. Very nice little ambush there. I'm gonna go on through, trying to avoid those Libyan infantry. Try and get to the next one, but they probably will break there. That's probably them done. But I mean, nice little charge. They got like another 30-odd kills on those archers. And yeah, they got into the next one a little bit. Not too much though. So yeah, really nicely done there. Need to get these Syrians firing onto the Cretans. That would be a nice little target to shoot on. And here we go. Aspis Companion Cavalry snuck around, and now it's going to be able to go after all of these Gallic hunters here. And this could be painful here for the Arverni. Look at this, like, absolute barrage of archers coming in. They're really like helping like this fight over here. Here you go, cav coming in, causing havoc in amongst the archers here, and these archers are just asking to be killed now, causing absolute havoc. There's something else in it. Oh, there is some Celtic warriors trying to slow them down, but the cav's not interested. This is going to carry on. Look at all this breaking now by all these archers. Jeez, the attackers need to protect their archers a little bit more. Like, they need to have these chosen swords, even if they're not going to send them up, just have them like protecting like the archers. Well, this is why you bring your own cav. Like, bring cav and you will not then have to worry about your archers being constantly like harassed or being under threat. But look at that. Yeah, these units broken. Gone. They just need like one volley from like the archers, and then they'll break properly. Charge there. Celtic Warriors yet losing slightly. This cav is just nasty. Really is. And they've still got 3 units out there, and they've got another one in here. Like, they're causing absolute havoc. And at this point, I've barely had to engage. Like this is my like another engagement I'm having against more Celtic Warriors. I was kind of happy just to carry on fighting these like Celtic Warriors. In fairness, I should not have fought them here though, because I am kind of like opening up my rear like to being shot in the back by like Cretans or whatever, which I think they might do in a moment. And that'll give the Celtic Warriors a chance to get some kills and to even up this fight a little bit, which otherwise they will lose. I'm so much more heavily armored. Yeah, look at that, already losing. Yeah, I'm now getting shot in the back, and that is not going to help. Galatian Legionary is now losing slightly. Celtic Warriors losing slightly as well. My Syrians as well at some point were getting shot. Hopefully I realize about that. Yep, get them out of there. I'm now trying to get archers infantry round because I need to kind of contest this area here because otherwise they can just flank on round. Though I really need to fall back from here. This Galatian Legionary is just not having any fun here. It needs to fall back to somewhere like here. As is this one. This one needs to get back. But not at the moment. We have not got it back. I've now got, look at this. All my Thessalian, all the Epirus Thessalian cavalry, sorry. Now just standing and waiting to take out Carthage. And these pikes aren't even looking the right way, actually. He could just charge in. Should just charge in and like, take out these pikes. And then he could get the general. And that'll be an even bigger win. Take out that general. And yeah, then look at that. He breaks my my legionary because I'm being shot in the back. These Celtic Warriors really shouldn't have won that. And I wasn't paying attention. My Syrians I was sending up to support. Getting about to get attacked. Here they go in. Yeah, this is going to be painful. In they go. Yeah. That was such a waste. These Syrians just like getting stabbed up in here. I'm now desperately setting up some legionaries. And my allies got his tribal slingers ready. And he's focusing down this Celtic warrior for me, but it's not enough. Got Cav in here still causing a havoc. I think that, yeah, that's just routed the Cretan archers. That's a real big win there. Not entirely sure actually how that's got by. But there you go. And yeah, now we're chasing down this this Celtic warriors. They're going to rear charge my Galatian Legionnaire. That shouldn't be the end of the world because I'm going to just sandwich them with my other legionary. So I don't really mind about that at all. And there we go. Yeah, he goes in for that pike unit there. Does Epirus, and he's doing a lot of damage to that unit. Look at that. That unit's just like got entirely knocked down, and it's losing like decisively. So very, very nice there. And you can see most of these archers and stuff are starting to return for Arverni, which I thought they were gone, but no, it seemed not the case. Over here, looks like the Desert Legionaries are losing. I think because of the archers, but I'm not really sure. Like, I would have thought Legionaries would beat a Thorax Sword one-on-one, but maybe not. Maybe not. Certainly over here, if like I can see if like the archers had a flanking shot here, like taking them out. But I mean, these Desert Legionaries, they're very heavy. They're going up against another very heavy unit. I would have thought. Let's have a look at the stats quickly. 47 melee attack, 38 melee attack. Yeah, really, I honestly don't know why he's losing this fight. Melee defense 48. Melee defense 57 in fairness. Maybe that's why. But I don't think he should be losing this fight, really. Now I've got my like Galatians in here, like are really struggling now. I'm starting to get a little bit overstretched, but I've got plenty more. I've got like a couple more back here. I've still got some naked swords as well. I've got more legionaries just dotted around here, just watching Carthage's right flank. Got some more back here. If they need to, they can just watch Egypt. But yeah, so I mean, I'm fairly confident where it is. Balance power's like shifted a little bit in our favor, not much. Still need to kill a lot more stuff. Maybe we need to kill some generals. I actually think we do get the general now for Carthage. Yeah, I think we have got Carthage general. Just they flew in here and took him out. So that's a big win there for us. Like we need taking out Carthage general, can't go wrong there. And those archers now just gone as well. Shame we can't capture this gate back because then we could obviously then get the cab back in and do some more damage. But I was like saying we just need to go in and take out these archers again for Arverni. Take them out once and for all. Or maybe go and get Arverni's general. Arverni's general's like at 70 men. He's pretty damn beaten up. So I just want to kind of try and nullify as many armies as possible. Get rid of their generals, and we've got a chance. This Galatian legionaries here. Thin green line holding back a host of Carthaginians.
Back, warriors! Back!
But yeah, now we're holding the line here. I'm actually winning this fight here against some Knight Warriors, which I'm kind of surprised by. But I'm about to get flanked. I could just quite easily get flanked here. So really, I need to start falling back. I need to start thinking, start falling back. This unit, unfortunately, yeah, we just kind of had to sacrifice to hold the line. So like the rest of our units could get back. So this, as you can see, I'm getting like, what, another 2-3 units back. So to sacrifice one to save another 3, not the end of the world. I would have liked to get this one out of there, but it just wasn't to be. Numidia at this point is basically all gone. Like, they have lost so much infantry here. And Egypt's like pretty beaten up, but he's got still healthy numbers. Yeah, he's getting like flanking shots here with his Nubian bowmen down that line, and his general went in to try and take out these Nubian bowmen. He's getting focused down. Possibly should have just held on to his general, because it could have been useful for like keeping it hidden, and like once archers like felt that they were safe, he could have gone in and just wiped them out. But there you go, a general has died there. We still have some Thessalian cavalry over here. It's gonna have to come in through this gate. But yeah, we could be in a little bit of trouble. I don't think we've killed enough at this point, but I don't know. Like, Carthage has got no general, so he could just chain route. Arverni's like got not much left in the way. Like, most of his units are all banged up. Egypt's looking pretty banged up as well. He's not got much like in the way of swords. He's got his like royal peltas, and that's about it. He's got some thorax that are pretty like healthy, or like 70's not bad. His archers could be a bit of a concern. I don't know how much ammo he's really used on his archers, and he's got a lot of them. All these Nubians. His general's a Kyranian axeman. If we could focus that down, we could get a nice easy general kill there. But yeah, no, we're now kind of like in a little bit of a stage of just kind of like waiting for the attackers to like make the next move. So yeah, I don't really know how this one's gonna go next. Well, actually, I do. That's a lie. I do know, because I did play as Galatia. But I don't know. I certainly don't know how like this cav over here, for instance, is going to be useful now. I mean, even possibly could hide in some streets. Like, you could possibly hide up here. Like, this is not an area of the map that the defenders can see or know about, so could go and sneak up there. Honestly, I would have left it. Maybe. Well, I don't know. Leave it outside. There's not much left outside. It's all just coming in. Oh, they've got these naked warriors actually. That's a pretty nasty unit to have left over. Like a shock infantry of Rome 2, these guys. So having these guys might be useful. But I have some of my own naked warriors hiding in the forest right now. Hopefully they can combat them. Yeah, it looks like Carthage and Arverni kind of waiting just for Egypt to just clean up. But actually, I think he just has, yeah. So I don't know what they're really waiting on now. Maybe prepping for the next assault. But I'm just going to put it on fast forward while we wait. But I hope you guys have been enjoying this battle. It certainly has been a fun one. And yeah, it's been a bit like, it's been all over the place. It's been outside the city with like the cavalry charges. We've had like the defense of the streets here. Now we're getting to the like to the defense of this the main cap point. And it could go either way. I mean, the defenders have a good amount of archers. We have a lot of like archers. These Cretans have not used any of their ammo. Very few of my archers have used their ammo. I think like most of these Javis and like slingers here have got a fair amount of ammo left as well. So I mean, we could obviously just skirmish them to death and support our like defenders here, as it looks like we're gonna have some chosen swordsmen going in here against the Galatians in a moment. Here they go. In go the chosen swords on the Galatians. More Celt on Celt. Over here we can now see that Egypt is trying to push through. Well, he's going to not have an issue really with it. He's be able to go around. Though he's going to be facing some cavalry, some Sicilian cavalry here. Don't know if they can take out all of this thorax sword units, but he's going to try. Got some tribal slings up here trying to harass them as well. It's a healthy Thessalian cav. He might get a chance. Brace, men! Well, they flew through the first units. Actually, to be fair, they got most of the way through. It's whether they survive. I don't think they will. As prolonged combat goes on, like this is skirmish. This is shock cav, sorry. So like they don't do well in prolonged melee. So yeah, they're getting out pretty quickly. They lost about 10 or so men there. They've broken one of those thorax. You just need to keep harassing these thorax with archers. They should do okay. Over on this side, we're now seeing Cretans moving up. They're going to start and some Syrians are going to focus on this Libyan infantry. This is what we need to do. Just shoot units in the flank here. And we've got a good chance of like whittling down their army. With little loss of our own. Just ammunition, really. Now I've got this Galatian legionary here. Like holding the line. I don't know how this chosen swords got through. Like it's I think he's pulling the unit through. Because there's no gap here. The unit is kind of like pulling through my my Galatian to get up here. So yeah, I wasn't best pleased when I saw this happen. He's now going with my archers just because he's well, just because he thinks he can. But yeah, my Galatians are holding this line nicely. Like there is technically a gap here, but every time he's like the Galatians are like the Arverni are pulling out of combat to go into the archers. So that's annoying. I mean, he's losing men for it, so I mean, gets what he deserves for it, I guess. But it is annoying. It's putting my archers out of like shooting and stuff, and they're losing in combat apparently, even though they're facing like 6 guys. More Sam Knight Warriors going in. Carthage is throwing in a lot of stuff now. Try and break through. I'm about to see it again. Like the whole unit doesn't even get through. It's only like a small portion. Like breaks. Like tries to break through. Now he's retreating. You see these chosen swords still harassing. We haven't actually sent anything forward to deal with them. I'm now sending some Galatian legionaries and they should deal with the job. Thessalian cavalry now going in after archers. Very nice little win there, taking them out. There's I don't know if there's actually any more. Oh, they've got all these archers over here, these Nubians, so obviously they're an issue. But yeah, most of the caps are pretty beaten up now, which is a shame. So Empress is kind of like running out of assets pretty quickly. He's got his archers and he's got a pike unit. Pikes can be very useful. This Galatian line's getting thinner and thinner though. I mean, it's a thicker and thicker Carthaginian line being prepared. These Galatian legionaries here though, they're getting ready to go and got like send in the next wave of warriors. Get my Syrians to start firing into this flank as well again. Start to do damage. These mercenary Samnite warriors losing, or they were losing. Might be losing again in a moment, yeah. Need to hold this point here with anything we can. I mean, there's a gap they could get through here. I shouldn't have formed shield wall in fairness. But again, Arverni's going to try and sneak an entire unit around the gap where there is not really a gap. There's like a bit of a gap, but not like an entire unit gap. If he formed column, it would have been better. It would have looked a bit more acceptable. But he just kind of went through in like a big a big wide column, and didn't even try to like hide the pull through. Really, I didn't feel like there was a unit size gap there. Certainly not how he set up the unit. Which is why it looks like more of a pull through. But yeah, I've got Galatians ready to put out the fire again if we need to. This chosen sword though, yeah, losing decisively. There you go. It's what happens when it pulls through. Doesn't end well for the unit. We are breaking the Carthaginians here as well. They are putting pressure on this flank here where there's like very little. If we got the pikes in, that would be very useful right now. Over on this side, the Cav again, routing all of these like thorax. They're doing a lot of good damage here, breaking all like most of like what is left of Egypt's infantry. We could do with killing maybe off these pikes. That would be very, very useful right now. I've got my general up here, Galatian Nobleman. I'm kind of starting to run low on a bit on reserves. I've got this one back here, these Galatians, and I've got my... I've actually got another Galatian legionary here in the forest that I should start mobilizing as well. Should release them forward instead of my general. My general's gone flying in. He's now holding back these Samnite warriors. I don't know how well it'll do, really. And here you go, more and more chosen swords now coming in, and they are now starting to find a gap. There is very much a gap in now from the get through. There's a gap on this side. There's never a gap on the other, really. Galatian legionaries here losing decisively. This is kind of an untenable position now, and really need to send in another unit of infantry a little bit sooner. Try and just block all the gaps. These Samnite warriors are losing, so I mean most of these units are like getting dealt with, but it's just a heavy cost. These chosen swords again getting pinned down by the pikes and also my Galatian legionaries. I've got my naked swords here ready. They could like rear charge these Libyans if they chose to. Cavalry over on this side nearly killed all these thorax. They just need to break them just before these royal peltasts arrive, because they've got a lot of javies, these guys. They're just jabbing those 2 units of cav to death. Now we've got naked swords coming up, and we've got some chosen swords as well. So it's like the last throw of the dice here by the attackers. What they've got left in reserves. Their pikes are in there as well. These pikes are losing decisively. Being focused down. We're kind of like reholding the point again. I've got my naked swords in there. They're desperately trying to just hold. With, well, themselves, I'd say at the moment. The legionaries all broke. The pikes are breaking, or they're retreating, one or the other. You need to send in these Galatian legionaries, get the naked swords out there. They're taking a lot of a beating right now. Do with getting them in. My Galatian noblemen here, they could do with getting out of combat as well. You can see Carthage is starting to make progress, so these pikes are breaking. And these units are pretty damn beaten up, so I mean, it's not like they're going to hold the ground forever. I'm now throwing in archers without ammo, and my general now is getting focused down by archers. He's getting focused down, I think that's by, yeah, Egypt. Egypt's focusing down my general. That's a real shame, because he's barely going to get out of that alive. But wherever Egypt general is, yeah, Egypt general's around here. We need to focus, hit this general down as well. Break him, and then there's a chance, because Egypt could then just chain route. And Egypt has probably the most scary asset being the Nubian bowmen. Obviously, they could just destroy our pikes. We've got rid of most of Carthage's pikes. I think all of Carthage's pikes actually are gone. Carthage is all but routed at this point, and it's just down to Arvernian to Egypt. The naked swords are back in here, holding the line, fighting it out with their archer brethren. Neither of them are going to do too well in prolonged melee. I am running out of infantry pretty desperately. I do have my Galatian nobleman general back here now. My legionaries are retreating behind the pike line. And hopefully, the plan is, I think, was to like try and lure this royal peltast in to then allow what was left of our cav to charge this general here. I mean, really, we just need these tribal slingers just over here. Just come and focus them down. I'm like barely holding on here with what's left. There's also still like I don't know how this chosen sword even got here. I think this one must have pulled through as well. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's stuck through and it's now pulling back a legionary from like the main fight for me. Really, I should just let these javies to deal with them. But Arvernian just seemed to have endless amount of chosen swords at this point. Like I thought we killed a lot in that first first action when the cav sallied out, but it seems like not. It seems like there's still plenty of them. And my Galatians break there, and then it's so annoying. And yeah, I'm starting to just chain route at this point. My army's exhausted. It's pretty banged up. Not much I can do about it. I'm setting up my final legionary. I'm pulling it back from the Egyptian front, which, to be honest, you can see Egypt's going to go around the pikes, and I don't blame them. Really, we just need these tribal slingers to put them into, hold these peltasts back. I've forgotten entirely actually what our plan was to how we were going to get this general, but yeah, it's not ended up working. Mainly because this flank over here is starting to crumble, or it's very much entirely crumbled at this point. Naked swords going in, take it on the legionaries. Don't think they'll win that fight, no. They're getting chopped down by the legionaries here. Be interesting to see how many kills these guys get. Like, all the legionary units at the end of the game. I don't know how many, like, the Numidians have got, but I don't think as many as the Galatians. For 800, like, coins each unit, they're a good unit. And there you go, Peltast. That's where their destination was, to flank on behind. They just shoot this. I don't think like killing this general is like really of much importance anymore, but if they killed him, that'd be something, I guess. Yeah, you got more naked warriors in here. They're just throwing everything in now, and here comes the Oathsworn general. Yeah, these peltasts just caught me out of position. I'm now sending in my general. There's a do or die with his brave 30-odd men. Pike's coming over. I feel like, yeah, this general's not even moving in. He's still allowing himself to be shot, which is fine with me. This general is just, yeah, just getting shot to pieces. Carry on doing that. There's always hope. There's always hope. Balance power's not, like, terribly, like, not in our favor. But most of our troops are now archers. Most of theirs are all infantry. And they're about to flank our pikes, which didn't get really committed at all. Empress has been without a general a long time as well, so I'm surprised that these guys didn't break a lot earlier. Just at the sight of the enemy. And there you go, like these chosen soldiers coming in here. They're just mopping up the archers, and they can't fight. Like, if the archers were able to, like, retreat, then they have a chance. But I think they're actually capturing the point at this point as well. So, yeah, the time will start to be against us as well. I think we'll just retreat. Yeah, we're getting some Cretan archers and some tribal slingers out. We're trying to run down these, shoot down these Khuranian axemen. We're not going to allow the general to get out alive, which is just kind of hilarious, I think. It's like, you will not get back to Egypt alive. You will die here in this fortress. Only general that's survived was actually Arvernes, and Arvernes' general's been, like, pretty banged up since the start, which is kind of ironic. There you go. That is going to probably be the battle. We are going to lose this one, unfortunately. It was a really, really close one. I actually really enjoyed it. This is like all that's left for the defenders. Did quite a good job. If like Epirus brought an actual proper army, I think we would have won that easily, because like we'd have had more infantry to hold like the choke points and stuff like that. I think we would have a really, really good chance. Like, I mean, obviously the Cav did a huge amount of help, so maybe we wouldn't have won because we wouldn't have obviously had the Cav. It's kind of hard to say. But, yeah, there you go, General going in, Khuranian Axeman now engaged. I think these, yeah, General dead, obviously. Yeah, these mercenary Cretans, I think are like the last unit not engaged now. These tribal slingers, yeah, they're not going to stand a chance. Desperately trying to kill that General. There's always hope, but he is breaking. And these mercenary Cretans are being chased down by naked swords. So there you go, guys. That was today's siege battle. I hope you did enjoy it. It certainly was a fun one. Very, very close. So like you can see like all the bodies is just like fighting up this slope here. This is like where the most of the fighting went on. It was really, really brutal. So many bodies here. But yeah, there you go. We did lose in the end. Costly enemy victory as I played as Galatia. This was certainly a tough one. But yeah, this one I was playing with Dodgegob, who also has a YouTube channel, so I'll link that in the description. And we also have Emperor Kandai Katsu playing as Epirus here. So well done to both of them. And yeah, we'll quickly go over some of the kills. So yeah, my general getting 109 kills, not too bad for this Galatian nobleman. My archers definitely did poor. Like, they did not do well in that game. My Galatian Legionary is getting 145. 223 is the best one I think I've seen there. Some of them did quite well, some did not do so well. Naked Swords getting 60. And then we have Emperor's Army here. His Cav did really well. His General 235 kills. His Aspis Companion Cav getting 208 kills. 387, some really good kills. His Thessalian Cavalry getting 266. And his archers did really well, 136 kills. His pikes obviously not so great. And then we have Dodgy here with his Numidian army. I think the best legionary here gets 129 kills. But yeah, some of these get like 5 kills. They're like not great at all. His Cav did not get that great kills either. But they just kind of like to harass and just go for artillery and archers really. So yeah, well done to both my allies. We then had Dark Alliance playing as Carthage. His best unit probably is his living infantry here, 221 I think, and then obviously down here you got Samnites as well, 232 kills. Some good kills there. Then we got Total Warboy playing as Arverni. His Oathsworn General getting 61 kills. His archers did okay, getting 70. Yeah, none of his Celtic warriors did that great. His Chosen Swords also not like amazing. 149 the best one there, but a lot of them getting like under 50 kills. And then his Naked Swords here getting 171 kills, so well done to him there on those. They did pretty well. And then we've got Stand here playing as Egypt, and his general actually got really banged up by the end of the battle. His Nubian Bowman getting 117 kills. His Crying Axeman, yeah, nothing amazing there. His Royal Peltast 170 kills, and his Thorax Swords getting 80 kills, the best one there I can see. 180 kills. So they did pretty damn well for Thorax Swords. But there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. And until next time, Legionnaires, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.